What's going on, sports fans? Christian Pedersen, and I have the pleasure of being joined by your CIF Basketball Player of the Year. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. I have been sitting here prepping for this interview with Chibuzo for hours, and I botched the start of it. I'm so sorry, man. Welcome in. Okay, so CIF Player of the Year, pretty good ring. Has that been a nice title to have?
Yeah, definitely. It just shows how much hard work I put into it. And it's just a little bit of recognition, so it's nice to get that.
So, you know, I think that the season it tends to be one of those things where people will say, "I really wanted a championship. I also enjoyed the accolades." You know, every year in that open division, things get crazy, and only one team can end up being the champion. Unfortunately, that was not you guys this year, but you played man down. You didn't have Tyson McWilliams all season, so you ended up being double, triple, quadruple teamed. So talk about the fight that you had to put up, the second half of this campaign this year.
Really it was just about just keep pushing, and I knew teams were gonna focus on me, and so other guys stepped up. And some games just didn't go our way, but I felt like we battled every single game, and we gave everything we had.
Watching you and Luke Haupt specific, everybody on that team, great players, but you and Luke, long-term Saintsmen. We've seen you guys on the court for a bunch of years, so it was really cool seeing you guys all together, closing out. Got to ask, what's it like playing in front of the Pitt?
Oh, man, it's just crazy. Those guys just say anything that comes to their mind. I would hate to be on the other side of it, but when they're on your side, it's the best thing ever. Those are my brothers, and I just appreciate every game they're out there.
At the end of 4 years at Saint Augustine, I'm getting closer to saying it correctly, Sean Pomato, I know you're listening. At the end of 4 years, has anything from the Pitt still surprised you? Have there been moments where you look over and you're like, wow, that's ridiculous. I did not expect you guys to keep being able to elevate your
definitely.
game.
During when we played Cathedral at home this year, they had a big cutout where it was my head and a whole body and arms and hands and everything, and it was huge. And I looked over at halftime, and we were losing, but I was like, wow.
Okay, wait. So first off, anybody out there from the Pitt, if you have a photo of that, please send it in so we can share it. Or if you have a photo, please pass that along.
Yeah, I probably have a photo.
Wait. Okay, that has to be a pretty cool experience. Did you know that was going to happen before? You had no idea. Okay. So what goes through your mind when you see my student section has made a giant cutout of me?
It's just really it felt like all love, It feels like they're out there on the court with me, and they want to win just as bad.
And I ask, because I've never had a cutout made of me, and I'm assuming that about 99.9% of the people have never had a cutout made of them. So congratulations, man. You are now in a very rarefied air of sports fandom. Your success on the court has translated into a bunch of Division I offers. You decided to go with Texas Tech. So what went into that decision?
A lot of just I love their culture. Meeting the coaches, I felt like they were very genuine, and they didn't try and play any games or anything. And also just fit was perfect for me. They play a lot of positionless basketball, and their development is great over there. So it's just a lot of good things. And yeah.
Let's talk about that fit. Maybe introduce yourself in terms of what you hope to bring to Texas Tech fans and to their basketball program as a player.
I feel I can shoot the ball a little bit, and it's always nice to have a shooter. So just come in, shots are open, I'm going to shoot it.
Okay, shooter going to shoot your shot. You're ready to switch from purple and gold to black and red. Have you already started that transition?
Not yet. Hopefully, summer school can still happen, with the situation going on and everything. But
but you don't have any. You haven't started to load up on Texas Tech gear yet. You don't have that one sweatshirt you're always wearing around or something like that.
Yeah, I do have a Texas Tech sweatshirt. I have a shirt I cut into a little muscle shirt and everything. I have a keychain, so I'm getting there.
Okay, I got to ask about the muscle shirt because I've met different people with different opinions on the sleeves. One of our co-hosts, Tommy Morris, he goes with the cut all the way down the side, lets it out a little bit. Is there a science to it that you walk us through how to exactly make the right muscle shirt?
I don't know. I just got scissors and started cutting.
So you just kind of cut off the sleeves, make it work.
Yep.
Very nice. It's something that basketball players get to do because they got muscles, and we talk to a lot of baseball players, and I would love to see some of you guys try to pull that off too with your non-athletic looking selves. So give some advice, if you can, to some of the younger guys out there, because I know a lot of people watching this, freshmen, sophomores, eighth graders, whatever, want to be in your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to not be able to say, hey, be tall and good at basketball, but
Yeah.
just maybe some other pieces of advice about how to handle high school and recruiting and sports and all that kind of stuff, and not, hate life at the end of all of it.
Yeah, definitely. There's always going to be adversity, and just try and face it and push through it. And with your game, just things that you're not as good at or your weaknesses, always go to those first and try and work on those and turn your weaknesses into strengths. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, so I know that there is a hypothetical scenario in which you will still be able to go back to school and all that kind of stuff, but you might be safe from ever having to see Mike Haupt again. So is there any stories you can tell, not having to fear any conditioning or punishment, that might be a funny story about Coach? Because he's a character.
Yeah, he is. I really can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's a lot. I love Coach Haupt. Just always been a mentor to me, one of the best guys I've ever been around.
Absolutely. What are you going to miss the most about Saints?
Oh, just the brotherhood. Not to say this in a bad way, but not having girls on campus is just a lot different. It's always just, you can just really be yourself, and it's just a lot of love all around campus. So I'm gonna miss that.
You guys always hashtag it with the brotherhood, so I know that that's something you guys really do truly hold
it
close
is
to.
very real.
That it legitimately is. As a La Jolla alum, I played against you guys in Western League when I was in high school. I knew a lot of people that went to Saints, and it is a different kind of thing. And I'm sure that the Cathedral people are saying, no, we have that, and that's perfect because that's your rival, and that's how they exist.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a little bit different, and those that aren't on the inside of it don't understand. What are you doing to kill the time right now, man? How are you filling your days?
We still have schoolwork online and everything, so making sure I keep up with my schoolwork, my grades. But other than that, just trying not to let this situation, get the best of me. So just keep working out, going outside to the park, working on my skills, and trying to stay in shape.
Any Netflix that any series you've been binging, anything like that?
Yeah, I have. They dropped the All-American series right when we had to stay inside and get quarantined. So
okay. Okay, very nice.
Been watching that.
Very nice. All right, so folks, there you go. There's your recommendation from the CIF Basketball Player of the Year. Go watch the All-American series. I'm sure that everybody will make it through most of Netflix at the rate that they're going right now, if they're watching. Well, my man, we thank you so much for being on with us. I always like to close with a little bit of an open-ended for people to just have a little voice for, what they are going to miss about any of their teammates, any shout-outs, any love that they want to send out to San Diego, their fan. I know we've kind of covered a lot of this, but I just like to, end with, if this is the last time that we get to have you on the show, we want to give you a proper thank you for all of your time with us here in San Diego. You've entertained a ton of people with your amazing basketball, and we thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you too, and thank you to the whole San Diego basketball community. I mean, I love playing against great players, competing against the different schools, and I just love you guys. So appreciate it.
Your CIF Basketball Player of the Year, a future Texas Tech Red Raiders, correct?
Yes.
All right. Between the high school mascots, I'm lucky that I know any of the college mascots. But yes, the Red Raiders, that's Patrick Mahomes' school too, correct?
Yeah,
All right, so he very likely is going to channel that Mahomes energy and be the NBA Mahomes in about 3 or 4 years. So just get in early on the bandwagon if there's any room left. Thank you very much for joining us, my man.
Thanks
and we
for
hope to
having me.
have a chance to talk to you soon.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.